93.7 KCLB rocks. What's up? I'm Conklin. Thanks for tuning in. Nasty day outside, but hey, we've got something right here for you. Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains. Jerry, what's up, man?
Just trying to stay dry in L.A., man. We've been having torrential downpour for about 4 days, so.
We're getting the same thing. We've got roads closing and everything. Coming from Michigan, a little rain never hurt anybody, but it hurts a lot of people here.
Yeah, you're used to that up there, and even worse.
Yeah, 10 times worse, man. I'm talking feet of snow. I left on January 8th, and snow, 12 degrees, and then sun and 75 here, and then I got here, and now it's terrible. What's up with that?
Sure.
All right, Jerry, you got a new album out, Black Gives Way to Blue. A lot of people have this. If you don't, you're a growing minority. It was released in September. New single, Your Decision. What can you tell us about this song?
Oh, that's it's one of my favorite songs on the record, and we had a really great time doing a video for that too. That was a really kind of a fun process as well. It's really nice to see it start to come to life. We've been playing it live, and it'd be a favorite when we play it live. But to see it start to get exposure and people react to the song and support it has been really exciting for us.
See, and I was hoping you guys had a track like this on the album because it sort of reminds me of Nutshell, my favorite Alice in Chains tune. Do you see the comparisons there?
Well, sure. I mean, I think that kind of the acoustic, a little more kind of subdued, laid-back thing. It's been part of the blueprint all along, and we've dedicated a couple of EPs to that particular side of this band. I think that the cool thing about this record is there's a pretty good mix of kind of both of the different areas that we've worked in, and it kind of all fits together really nicely. Your Decision, and When the Sun Rose Again, Black Gives Way to Blue. There's some really nice kind of elements that kind of showcase that side of the band.
We're on the phone with Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains. They have a show February 13th at the Palladium in Hollywood. New single, Your Decision. New album, of course, Black Gives Way to Blue. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the reemergence of the 90s grunge bands, quote-unquote, in the music industry. Pearl Jam, new album. Alice in Chains, of course, you guys got the new CD out. STP, of all bands, has some of their new stuff finished. Now Soundgarden is on top of the rumor pile with a reunion. Do you think people are finally standing up and recognizing the 90s as one of the most overlooked eras in music?
Well, I don't really know that it was overlooked. I think that it got plenty of attention, and I think that the music continues to live, and of all of those bands that you mentioned, various members of those bands have been real creative forces all along. Chris has, of course, worked a lot on his own, and Matt Cameron's playing with Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam's been continuing on. Dave Grohl's had a great new career with Foo Fighters, who are an amazing band, and we've all remained pretty active. It's just, it is kind of cool that over the last year or two, a lot of us have kind of put out a lot of stuff in a similar time. So maybe there's a refocus, I guess, on that. But to me, it's been something that's been going along.
Okay, maybe I chose a wrong word with overlooked. What I meant was, the buzz now in the music industry, I feel is bigger than anything that's happened in a long time with all of you guys getting back together. That's for sure.
Well, it's exciting. Hopefully that means that you did something that was worthwhile. Obviously, was to us. It's for myself and probably for the rest of those guys too. We all performers and bands that I really admire, and so it's exciting for me as a fan too to see bands that I like or bands that are part of my life get together again and play music.
Now, are there any plans to push the Alice in Chains thing a little further than Black Gives Way to Blue? Maybe see another Alice in Chains album with Duvall on the pipes?
Yeah, I would think so. We've kind of taken this whole process kind of one step at a time, and it's been a really meaningful process to go through, and it's been really rewarding. We've come up with a really great record, so I don't see any reason why we wouldn't.
Yeah, you guys are up for a Grammy at the end of the month. Check My Brain could win Best Hard Rock Performance. Now, you've been snubbed before, Jerry. How do you like your chances on this one?
Well, we've been really fortunate. Everything that we've been nominated for a Grammy on every record we've ever put out. So this is our 7th nomination in a row with Alice. We've lost every one of them. So I'm not really holding my breath on taking it home. But one thing that I'm really proud of is that, like I said, we've consistently been able to put out music that's been able to at least get some attention that way. So, and to be up for an award with so many great bands that you admire as well. It's a really cool thing.
Yeah, you're up alongside AC/DC, Metallica, Linkin Park's in there, and Nickelback. I like your chances, man. Check My Brain's one of my favorite tracks on the CD. We're live with Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains. Jerry, you did a little thing with ESPN today. What's up with that?
I did a little ESPN spot today.
Yeah, you're a big sports guy. Who do you like in the Super Bowl, Jerry?
Well, I'm thinking it's probably going to be, I have to admit, the two teams I thought that were going to go are out. So I thought this was San Diego's year to get to the Super Bowl, and I also thought that Dallas was getting hot at the right time, but they both went away. So I'm not sure if my picks would be any good, but out of the four, I would probably go with probably the favorites at this point would be Indy, New Orleans. But I wouldn't be bummed about seeing Favre take another ring, and I also wouldn't be bummed about seeing the Jets just have an improbable run, keep that defense going, and have a rookie quarterback get it either. I'm a Steelers fan and a Seahawks fan, so none of my teams are in it. So it's just going to be interesting to watch. And I think that hopefully we'll get some good games because the last 2 weeks have been pretty much blowouts. So,
And you mentioned you're a Seattle fan. What do you think about Pete Carroll?
Yeah.
See, every Seattle fan I talk to is just like, yeah, well, it kind of takes them a while to gather their thoughts. What do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, my initial thought is I think it's a bad idea. I think that he's done great on a college level, and I don't think that he has a proven track record in the NFL. But at the same time, I can't say that maybe this is his time. Maybe he's going to get it together here. He's my coach now.
So you got to love him.
So I'm going to support him. I would have liked to see him look at a couple other candidates that have proven track records and maybe a ring on their finger. So
there are a lot of big time coaches out there up for grabs.
Yeah, I know. And
the
two that I would like to see are pretty much on TV, and I don't think they would come to the West Coast anyway. I'd like to see Gruden or Towler in Seattle. That's what I would have liked.
I thought you were going to say Dungy.
Oh, Dungy would be fine too, but
yeah.
I think he's only looking at the GM position.
Yep. All right, Jerry, thanks a lot for the talk, man. Your new album, Black Gives Way to Blue, in stores. New single can be heard right here on 93.7 KCLB, Your Decision, and at the Palladium in Hollywood on February 13th, dude. Thanks for the time.
No problem.
See you, Jerry.